Hi everyone, and welcome to the Emily and Joe Show. I'm Emily Berry. Joe Berry's not here again today. He's too busy editing team listings and finishing something called Elden Ring. On today's episode, we're going to talk about 1, are prices really down across the Niagara board? 2, what is this summer going to look like for buyers and sellers? And 3, I'm going to dissect the psychology behind this yo-yo pricing still going on out there. 18 years ago when I was getting into real estate, I really thought here's what it was gonna look like. I was gonna be all dressed up like Vanna White, saying, oh, look at this beautiful house and look at this one. That is not what my job looks like today. Basically, I look disheveled, sitting in front of a laptop, trying to figure out what is going on in the market to bring it all to you guys. I can say about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I started seeing some lower sales. Could have just been a one-off here and there, not enough information to really support me confidently coming out and saying prices are down. So what I'm seeing on the board in the last 10 days to 2 weeks are houses that would have sold close to $1 million selling in the low 9s. Houses that would have sold for $600,000 in a bidding war selling in the low 5s to mid 5 range. So the big question is, are prices really down? Well, we could be experiencing an isolated, slow last few weeks where prices we are seeing on the board lower than they would have been a few months ago. But I tend to think that yes, prices are down across the board 5 to 10%, and I think we're heading in that direction of another 5 to 10% in the next few months. Canadian government just raised the benchmark interest rate by 0.5 point, which is the largest interest rate hike Canadians have seen in over 20 years. Buyers really don't buy based on price range. They buy based on their affordability. So here's what my monthly payments look like. This is what I can afford. Now, if they can afford less, obviously that's going to bring down their price point. Here's my point. If prices are going to go down, which I feel like they already are down, is it really going to affect our buyers? So a buyer might be thinking, okay, I was looking up to $800,000. I was comfortable with those payments. Now the interest rates just went up. Now I'm not comfortable at 800, I'm comfortable around 730, 740. However, if prices are down and that house that would have sold for 800,000 a few months ago is now selling around for 730,000, they're gonna be okay. But listen, we had almost a 20% increase the first few months of this year. So what's happening now is a correction. 10%, are we gonna go down another 10% for down by 20 by the summer? Perhaps. Let's sort the categories of clients right now. 1 is our move-up families or move-down families. So they're actually looking for a bigger house, they have to sell something and buy, or somebody looking to downsize. These people are gonna be okay. If the price of your home has dipped slightly, it's okay because you're gonna be paying less on your purchase. So that's all relative. Now, 2, our first-time home buyers, this is great news for them. January and February was a bloodbath for first-time home buyers. I felt so bad for them. They just got destroyed. They were coming with their best foot forward to try to get a house and they were being outbid. I really hope our first-time home buyers come out of the woodwork soon and realize, hey, okay, interest rates have gone up a little bit, but oh my goodness, prices are down a little bit. So that third category of client right now, the seller that just has to sell a house and they're not purchasing, my advice to you, I mean, maybe you want to unload an investment property or maybe you have to sell an estate property. My advice is to get the house on the market sooner than later. But guys, again, January, February was a one-off. It was an anomaly. It should never have happened. So if you're sitting there thinking, oh, I lost money, I waited too long, it's money you never had anyway. Our market's gone up 50% in like 2 to 3 years. 50%. Where else are you gonna put your money and get 50% back? If anyone purchased a house for around 400,000 2 years ago, it's probably worth about 600 right now. Now, yes, you could have maybe got 650 in a bidding war, but you're still gonna sell right now for 580, which is still a fabulous investment, is it not? For anyone that bought a house for 800,000, that's worth about 1.2 right now in 2 years. Okay, maybe a few months ago you could have sold for 1.25 and right now you're selling for 1.15, which is still, again, a fantastic investment that you made. So what is this summer going to look like? I think there's gonna be a lot of inventory. I think a lot of people are gonna go on vacation. Historically, I would say like July and August are always our slowest months anyway. There are a lot of people that book vacations, especially in August. It's going to be a lot of listings go up in May, especially. I think by then people are going to actually hear that the average prices are down. So they're going to be trying to list. I also want to clear something up because I hear way too many times during these massive bidding war months, Emily, things must be great. Oh, how's the market? It's so hot. It's so great. Realtors do not like when the bidding wars get as bad as they did. I got into this business to actually represent people, to protect them with clauses and conditions, make dreams come true and move families and, you know, all those fluffy things, not to line up 25 offers on a house and break hearts and create mass confusion in the industry. It's not my cup of tea. We're going to talk about this yo-yo pricing, and that's what I'm calling it, and I hope no one takes offense to this. There's nothing funny about what's going on in the market right now. It is extremely confusing. Today, we have 53 price decreases and 30 price increases on the board in the last 7 days. So 287 new listings, a lot of those relist, 240 sales in the last 7 days, 48 conditional. I love hearing that. Take a look at this number, 84 cancels this week in the last 7 days. And I guarantee half of them are signing a new listing with their agent, either higher or lower, and still doing this. Part of me thinks that everyone is just impatient. And again, we're operating in this. If a house doesn't sell in 4 or 5 days, something's wrong. Oh my goodness, it's not gonna sell. I have to do something. No, if it's priced okay, just let it go. Like if you're getting steady showings on your house, if the market is not telling you that it's overpriced, you know, just wait it out. But to go to the market lower, you know, we're pricing lower, we're expecting a bidding war, 5 days later, okay, it didn't happen. Let's try going a little bit higher. I'm seeing this with several listings. I was kind of hoping that this would be settled down by now, but I actually think we're in the thick of it. I want to paint a picture for everybody of February, early February, late January. If a house went up for sale, there was about 50 to 100 showings on that house. Yes, that many showings. There were back-to-back revolving door of showings. Fast forward to right now, there's an average of 10 to 20 showings on a house. Again, it's very important to understand the demand has significantly decreased. This is not simply an inventory issue. Our sales are strong on the Niagara board, okay? We're selling, there's sales, but out of 10 houses that sold, each one of those 10 houses didn't get 50 to 100 showings. They had about 10 showings. I'd like to address setting offer presentation dates. So looking at the board in the last week, there's about half of the sellers setting a date for offers, holding off offers till a certain time, and the other half taking offers anytime. Out of the half that have set offer presentation dates, half of those are striking out, okay? Half of those people, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, because I'm on the board every day and I'm making calls and emails and texts to these agents, they're striking out, they're not getting multiples. Now, out of the other half of people that are actually getting multiple offers, they're not getting 20 offers. They're getting 2, 3, and again, they're kind of 1 or 2 offers away from not getting competition. There's the demand's not there to support like 10 offers. Now, there is that small amount of people, again, remember those hot listings? Okay, those guys are still getting 10 offers, good for them. So if you have this magical ingredient of a really hot listing with super high demand and you're pricing it under market value, yes, you could likely still get competition right now, but for the most part, holding off offers, setting presentation date is not working most of the time right now because the demand just isn't there. If the market supports that, if there's a super high demand and we know if we put a house on the market, there's no inventory and it's gonna get back-to-back showings, then yes, we do open the door for several days, set an offer presentation date because that's what's fair to everybody. We need those days to actually get the buyers into the home. There's that many people trying to get in. But when the market shifts like it is now and we have kind of steady showings, more normal conditions, holding off offers and setting a presentation date just doesn't make a lot of sense. The psychology of the buyers is all different. Than January and February, there was this like urgency to get in a house and they would pay for a home and they wouldn't even care. I sold homes sight unseen. Buyers didn't even see my house in person and they were overbidding for it. Now the buyers are chilling. And I say they're chilling, they're like, yeah, we kind of like this house. It's beautiful. The feedback is great, but we're going to look at some more tomorrow because they have some others to look at. And if they don't have enough to look at, they know there's inventory coming in the next few months. I think the next few months, we're going to see a mix of listings. We're going to see probably about half of the listings actually in the market, priced where they should be at. They're going to be educated sellers. They're going to have agents bringing them all the groundbreaking information to help them make an educated decision to move forward. Then we're going to have another half of the sellers that either are, you know, kind of not being convinced by their agent. They're in denial. They want more than their house is worth. Those listings are going to be sitting, probably need several price drops, and a lot of them will eventually come off the market. My advice to y'all is to lock into your interest rates, get a really good mortgage specialist on your side. We talked about that in the last video, and a very good local realtor that has their eyeballs on the laptop every single day. I think by the summer we're going to be in a balanced market. In the fall, as soon as I catch wind of what's going on, I will tell you. As always, any questions whatsoever, give me a call. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.